Looky here, it's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
As it drops, Holy Sunday morning. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We are Pat and JT. Tons of texts that we constantly from you guys. We love it. Getting texts, your voicemails. It's 402-403-9478. Keep sliding into those DMs.
I thought I had a couple on here. Oh, where are they at? Now I'm not seeing them. I grabbed a couple of them because I was like, I gotta. Oh, one of them was, okay. There was one from Abby that was just, it cracked me up. All she posted on Twitter, it just said, is pulling a sled with a car illegal?
I don't think so.
And some people responded to it and they were just like, some of my best memories.
Right.
When I was a kid. And it got me thinking, we never did that with a car. We did some other things, but one of them, as far as sledding, was getting the tractor and then tying like 4 or 5 sleds on long ropes, and he'd pull the kids around in the pasture.
Usually you see that in a video where it says why women live longer than men, and it's a dude on the back. But that's fun stuff, man. That's why I feel bad sometimes for city kids, because you guys don't experience that stuff. You don't experience your dad waking you up at 6 a.m, getting to strap you on the back of a tractor to spin you in 360s through a field. Yeah.
It's
fun.
And all of a sudden you just slide off that plastic sled and
it's fun.
You go across the pasture by yourself. Another thing that we did do, which it was dangerous, nobody ever got hurt, was out at Willow Point. When the water would freeze on the lake, and then take the ATVs out on the lake and pull people's sleds behind on that too. Yeah. And there were a couple times somebody almost got hurt, but as they were coming around, there's a dock. Right? It's in the frozen water. Yeah. And the ATV is trying to cut it as close as they can to the middle of the lake. So, because when you come swinging around, and
oh my gosh,
you kind of got to roll off the sled.
Yeah, you got to take a dive. You got to take it because you got to take a dive because even if you fall off 30, 40 feet away, you're
still
right into
sliding
it.
right along. Yeah, it was still a little bit on the dangerous side. But I was thinking that was really fun though. That was back in the days when you could put on like 3 or 4 pairs of jeans at one time. There's not a chance I could put 2 pairs of jeans on.
I can barely put 1 pair. Last night, I went, speaking of being fat, okay? Last night, we're out at happy hour, and I'm like, I got to go. My belt's too tight, right? So I got to go to the bathroom anyway. So I'm like, I got to go loosen my belt. So I go into the bathroom, and I realize my belt is almost not even attached. Like, it's loose. It was my pants that were tight. That was the beginning of the night. God, yes. Putting on multiple pairs of pants to stay warm.
Do you remember doing that?
TBT, yes.
Not a chance. I don't know how we did it. Or I'd have long johns on and then put 2 pairs of pants over it.
Not a chance would that happen.
How the heck did that happen? I don't know how that even worked.
I don't either.
And it's not like there was spandex in those jeans either.
No.
Not like, I think there's not the stretchy jeans like they are today.
Different fit, maybe. Maybe bigger, bulkier, more room.
Something.
I'm not really
sure. Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I remember doing that stuff and had a blast doing it. Jack, a Jack update for you. Jack, my German Shepherd, 18 months. He'll be 2 in May. Let's just put it that way. So January, February, March, April, May. He's got 4 months. I've got the wildcats that live in my house. Mm-hmm. That it's kind of like having a squirrel live in your house. It really is, because it doesn't want anything to do with me. Right. It just eats, and then it runs the minute I come around a corner. It's like having a wild animal in your house, and I have 2 of them.
To them, you're serviceable. Like you feed them. You're like whatever. You're not going. It's a mentally abusive relationship, to be honest with you, because you give them a lot. You chase them around with tuna. You try to make them happy, and they're giving you nothing.
They give me nothing in return.
They are the boyfriend from Des Moines who went over there and never calls you back, but always texts you. You know what I mean?
Just kind of keeps you dragging. Just you think maybe
you say you're done, and he sends you flowers, and you're back in.
Maybe one more, maybe this time. Anyway, the cat Dexter, the boy cat. He's 5, and he's a big boy, and he's a little bit braver than the other one is. So he comes out and he kind of hangs around and watches the world go by and see things. And anyway, I happen to look out of the corner of my eye and I see Jack in the other room, and he's looking at this little table that's sitting in the other room. There's a couple chairs out there that nobody sits in except the cats. Trust me. But
that formal dining room that you can never go in.
That's the opposite.
Got it. The opposite of a formal. Okay, fair enough.
This is the one nobody sits in because the cats always sit there. Anyway, you look over there and he's just staring at the table, and it's kind of shaded.
This video's on our Facebook page, so if you want to watch that while the narration's going on, It's hysterical.
He's staring at it, and I looked at him, looking again, and I thought, oh my God, there's the cat has his wubba.
Because you can't really see the cat, especially from the video angle, because gray cat in the shadows right by the wubba. Yeah.
And there's his wubba sitting right there, and he wants it. And the cat's sitting right there saying, come and get it.
Being a total jerk.
Absolutely. The total jerk store. But watching Jack try to negotiate this, and he's so frustrated, and he kind of jumps up and he's like, stomping his feet. And he comes up and he tries to slide in a paw to get in there and grab it. And the cat lunges at him.
Oh, it's funny.
It was hilarious. It was awesome. So anyway, so that video's on there. So Jack and the cat, well, we got the wubba back.
One of these days, they'll be buddies.
Someday
of these
they
days.
will. He finally, he gets up on the couch now, which he never did for a long, long time. Getting up on the couch was a struggle. I don't know why. He would just lay his front end on the couch and just kind of stand there.
Like, whatever, dude.
He's got it figured out. And he actually laid down with me on the couch for the very first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big step.
Big step. So that was pretty cool. So he's doing really well.
That's funny.
Oh my
that
gosh.
video's great.
Oh Lord. So anyway, let's see what else is going on in the world. Oh, I saw some really great news. National Treasure 3.
Oh my God. I thought there was a third one.
No.
I've never seen any of the National Treasures.
Are you kidding? You've got to see them.
I know. I've heard they're good. I've heard the first one is really good. Second one's is good. Not as good as the first.
No, not true.
Not true?
They're both really good. They really are. They're both
National
really good.
Treasures 3, it's going to be a disaster. They've waited this long, this is just to cash a paycheck.
They have had 12 years to write this. The first one came out in 2004.
That's not always a good thing. It's not.
But listen to this, though. The first one came out in 2004. And it cost $100 million to do it. They made $350 million.
Okay, that's good.
And then the next one they did it, and it cost $130 million, and they made $460 million.
So why did they wait this long to make another one?
I'm not really sure. I don't know what the holdup was, if it was the writers or if it was, I don't think it was Nicolas Cage. He'll do anything.
Right.
Ghost Rider, anybody? He'll take about any role.
I get it. When you get to that point, I guess you pick and choose your stuff if you're like an artsy person. But after a while, if somebody's going to offer you a couple $1,000,000 or 10, 15, 20, whatever.
Yeah, take some on the backside on this.
Yeah.
I mean, because seriously, people will see it.
Softcore what? Done.
What?
For $20 million? Are you kidding?
That's it. Done.
Right.
Secure my family's future. Right. But it's funny is because critically, everybody hates it. It's kind of like Nickelback. Everybody gives them so much crap, and they're no good. Music critics say they're awful and this and that, and people hate them if they're purists and all this stuff. But they just keep churning out the money,
and because they don't care, because they
don't
sleep on piles of money.
Exactly. That's what this. Most of the time, they end up like with Rotten Tomatoes, like 30% or something like that on both of these movies when they came out. But 90% love it of the people who go to see it.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And I can watch those over and over because it's as one person said, it's like this neat trick of being simultaneously moronic and mildly educational.
It's a fine line to walk.
But it does got a little bit of history woven in, and then a little
kind of like the Da Vinci Code. The first one was really good.
Da Vinci Code Light.
Yes.
There you go. So number 3 is coming out. Not really sure when, but I saw it in the Hollywood Reporter, so I believe it's true. So fingers crossed. And Bad Boys 4.
That Bad Boys 1, awesome. 2, great. They're all funny.
Yeah. Yep. I'd be up for that. Absolutely. I would be good with
the one, I think it was 2 or 3, when is the beginning of the movie, and the guys, I think it might have been 2, and the guys walked up into this attic, and there were rats up there, and they were mating, but they were doing it missionary style. I was like, what? They're like, also, Martin Lawrence so messed up. It's like, what? They do it like we do? Oh my God.
Martin Lawrence.
Oh God, that's so funny. Rolling into 2020, I want to thank Kugler Vision for supporting our podcast, the Pat and JT podcast.
They've been with us practically from the beginning, and couldn't be happier to be associated with them and all the great things that they're doing. Dr. Kugler and the entire staff, they're just first class people in general, but first class facility, no doubt. They lead the pack really when it comes to the technology, when it comes to having those procedures done that are going to completely change the way you see everything. Pat and I both had procedures done, and I only wish I'd done it sooner. And a lot of people, I think, stay away from it because they're a little nervous about it.
They don't know what it's all about. So
right.
You can go to their website. You can go in. You can get a consultation. We were in the office just the other day and walking through there. You're reminded as how streamlined the process is, how non-intimidating it is, and how at the end of it you're going to get a cookie, a delicious cookie.
They do. Right when you walk in the front door, As a matter of fact, Corey was at the desk, and she gets you checked in, and whoever you're there to see, and the doctors there really know their stuff.
And more information if you are maybe just thinking about for the very first time getting any sort of procedure like that. There's so much information on kuglervision.com. You can go there, you can find out everything. You can schedule your consultation.
Yeah.
You can find out about all the different procedures they offer, and then you can go in and find out if you're a candidate.
That's what a lot of people don't realize too, is there's not just one procedure that you can have done. I think there's 7.
7, yeah.
And depending on what your eyes require, they run you through a battery of tests, and then they tell you these are your options. And then you let them kind of guide you as to what is going to benefit you the most for the long run. And we're excited to be working with them this year because obviously it's 2020.
Right. So there, this, and if you're thinking about this at all, ever, this is the universe telling you you're in 2020. Maybe you can see as close to 2020 as possible. So this is the time you need to go into Kugler Vision.
Absolutely. And remember this, promo code PatentJT 2020. But check in at their website at kuglervision.com for more details.
And thank you, Kugler Vision.
Last week, we were talking about license plates and how some get through and others don't. And there's got to be a focus group somewhere, right?
Well, there should be.
The PNS.
So we did see a badge last night.
Did you really?
Yep. As we were pulling into the happy hour spot, saw a badge. Yep.
Well, there's a woman, a news reporter, as a matter of fact, and she doesn't want her license plate. She's in Michigan. And says, well, friends, this is what came in the mail. I'm going to need something else, please. And her license plate is DCK 247.
I thought that was fake at first. Why would she not want that? That's classic.
Somebody else said, you don't like ducks?
Right. Ducks? You're like a boat. You're a boater. You want to be on the lake all the time.
I love it. I love it. And somebody else wrote in and said, my husband got one that said BFBJ. Which he asked for a replacement ASAP. Another one is my wife has BUX 360. I'm begging her to switch plates. Begging her.
BUX 360 bucks?
Bucks.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then let me see if anybody else wrote in here some more. And then somebody else said, so you're saying that's going to be available if you're going to turn it in?
Seriously, that's hilarious.
I love it.
Totally
love it.
keep
Those
that.
are good. Oh, let's see here. And then finally, this story caught my eye. There's a lawsuit. You all know what Pornhub is. They're getting sued.
For what?
By a deaf man because they don't supply subtitles.
I think you kind of have an idea what's going on. Like, what do you need to hear?
They said that 80% of people that do watch their videos do them on mute. Because they don't want anybody else around them to know what they're
That's awesome.
watching.
Well, like what? Maybe I haven't watched enough porn in my day, but what do you need words for?
Are there even words? But apparently the storyline, he lost the plot.
Storyline.
So
her furnace is broken. The guy comes over, pants are off, DCK 24/7. A minute in. What? I mean, what do you need? These guys really like storylines. They like plots.
Some people do, apparently.
What's the point?
They do have a whole section of their videos that do have subtitles. They do have some, but not all of them. But they are being sued by this guy because they didn't have it on the ones he wanted. So,
but you can do that yourself, right? Like, can't you set up your closed captioning on whatever device if you want to?
I don't know if it's not on there. I don't know.
I don't know. I
don't know how that works.
I don't either.
That they want subtitles.
May have to do some research.
Maybe it doesn't have it on your phone.
Maybe it does. Your phone?
I don't know.
Like you watch it on your phone?
I don't know.
If you're gonna watch it, go big or go home. Cast it to your TV. What do you watch on your phone?
I think like people like that are because like they said, most people do watch it muted.
Yeah.
Because they don't want anybody around them to know what they're watching, so they don't generally watch on like their computer screens or things like that.
I guess you've really crossed the line if you're on your couch watching it on your TV.
Okay.
That's it.
There
was a guy, this was 15, 20 years ago, road trip, and I don't remember where we were going, but we were on the interstate and there was somebody had a laptop on the dashboard and I'm sure plugged in or whatever, porn.
Yes.
Porn on the dashboard, and they were just driving down the interstate. Like what? It's like you're watching it to catch up on the latest episode of Shaving Ryan's Privates. I can't wait to see what happens. Like what? You don't watch porn to watch on the road.
It's not it's not something you use to pass time.
No,
right?
I wouldn't think so unless you're an absolute degenerate.
I would think that most people generally tune in for 3 to 7 minutes. I don't know.
I mean, really? 3 to 7?
Well, maybe there's some that can't make up their mind which video first.
Oh, I
so
guess.
they might be on the channel a little bit longer.
All right, we might have to do some research on that one.
Oh my gosh. So there's that.
Okay.
And did you see too Betty White turned 98?
Is she really 98?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
That happened on Friday. Her birthday was Friday, and there was a great video that was out by Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock, and it was awesome because they did this for her, and it was on his Twitter account is where it was posted. I retweeted it, but it was each of them saying basically the same thing. Is like, you know that I love you way more than Sandy does. You know that I love you way more than Ryan does. And it goes through this whole thing
funny.
and back and forth, and it was hilarious for her 98th birthday. Yeah. Just think about, man, how long she's been around. And she started, I think she was 18 years old when she started. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. 98, unbelievable.
Yeah. So doing great. So pretty cool. Happy birthday to her.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Betty White. We
Yeah.
love you more than either of those two.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for listening to our podcast. We are Pat and JT, and you can go to our website. It's Pat and JT. Links to everything we talk about. And go watch the Jack's video on Facebook. You have to. It's Pat and JT, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.